Good evening, guys. I hope you're all doing well. I just wanted to check in and see how we're doing with the area of the triangles. So today in class we did Unit 1, Lesson 8, Area of Triangles. We talked about 8.1. So I'm going to move on actually and focus on the big one, 8.2. And this is where we actually work to find the area of the triangle. So I wanted to check and see how you were doing on your homework, which is 8.2, and kind of give you some pointers on the ways that I would look at these things to see how we can find the area of these triangles. All right, so let's look together. I see the first one, A, right here, shows us a right triangle with a base of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, a base of 8. That's a height there of 2, okay? A base of 8 and a height of 2. Now, we don't have a formula yet for finding the area of a triangle, so the way that I see this, I see we can flip it and make it into a rectangle like that. You see how that's two even triangles? I'm going to highlight them for you so you can see them. So let's see. Here's a small triangle right there. And let's see if we can highlight a triangle in a different color, the top one. There, you can see it in green, okay? So we got two triangles that are identical. That means they have the same area. They both have a base of 8 and a height of 2, which gives us a rectangle, the total, which is a base of 8 and a height of 2. And we know that we can do base times height to find the area of a rectangle. And so we will do 8 times 2 equals 16 square units. But for our purposes here, we're looking for the shaded region, which is just this triangle here. So I want you guys to notice that there are two triangles and we're looking for just one. So we're actually going to divide this by 2, do 16 divided by 2, and that leaves us with just 8. And so our answer here would be 8 square units, okay? So that's one way to do one like that. Now, let's look down here at B and see what we see. On B, it's not a right triangle, or at least it's not lined up on a right angle. So it's going to be hard to make a rectangle that we can easily see has a base and height like this. But when I look at it here, I see that I can split this triangle right there and make two smaller triangles. Now with the smallest triangle, if I were to double it and compose it like we did up there, I would have a pair of small triangles. And on this side, if I were to double and compose the larger triangle, I'd have two of those as well. So if you can see here, I doubled this whole shaded region and I broke it up, decomposed, and rearranged it into pieces that fit there to make a nice, neat rectangle. This rectangle has a height of 3, and let's see what its base is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A base of 7. So again, we'll do base times height, so 7 times 3, and that will give us 21 for the area of the whole rectangle. But we're not done there, right? We have to divide this by 2 in order to get just this shaded region right there, okay? 21 divided by 2, you'll notice, is not an even number. It's 10.5. It's not a whole number. And that's okay, right? We talked about in class today that that's okay. We can find 10.5. And of course, that's still square units. So it's okay for it to be 10.5, or you can write it as 10 and 1/2, whatever is more comfortable for you. Now, looking at C. So for C, we are going to do something a little bit different, something we haven't done yet. We're still looking to make it two triangles, but I noticed that this angle here is obtuse. So it's not a right triangle, so we can't make it into a rectangle. But what we can do is make it into a parallelogram, which we've been talking about a lot recently. So I noticed that the bottom length is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the base, which means that the top of our parallelogram would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we can just play connect the dots here. And as you can see, all I've done is double this triangle again. It makes a parallelogram. Our formula for finding the area of a parallelogram is, again, base times height. And so our base, we already said, was 5. Let's count what our height would be. It looks like it would be a right angle right there, so we can draw a line up to the top, and it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. A height of 4, giving us a total area for our parallelogram of 20. Now, again, we're not done. We have to divide by 2 to get down to just one triangle, so let's do that together. 20 divided by 2 gives you 10, okay? In B, we can do the same way on letter D. So let's see. It looks like our base will have to be on this side this time, and it looks like that is 4. So let's count a base of 4 on the opposite side because we know that it's equal. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, just play connect the dots. Draw a right angle line right there for your height. And we can count it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 for our height there. We do 4 times 6, which equals 24. And we can divide that out by 2 to give us 12 square units as our final answer right there. So I hope this quick little review session helped, and I hope that you were able to find these areas without my help. But if you needed my help, that's okay, and you can ask me more questions tomorrow or when you get back to class so that I can help you better understand why these triangles have the areas that they have. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.